Imagine a world where some animals can sense danger before it even touches them. They can sniff out deadly toxins in plants, contaminated water, or even hidden chemicals around them. Their instincts are so sharp that survival literally depends on it. Watch closely because what you're about to see will blow your mind and make you realize how some creatures are smarter than we ever imagined.
Number 1. Goat. Goats are not just farm animals, they are nature's little hazard detectors. With their highly sensitive sense of smell and taste, goats can detect toxic plants, spoiled food, and even contaminated water that could harm them. They instinctively avoid anything harmful, which makes them invaluable to farmers who rely on their grazing habits to ensure safe pastures. For example, goats can sense toxins in plants like azaleas, rhododendrons, and certain nightshades, even small amounts that humans might not notice. They nibble carefully, taste test, and often reject anything slightly off. Goats also learn from each other. If one goat identifies a dangerous plant, the others follow its lead and avoid it as well. Their memory is remarkable. Once they detect a toxic plant, they remember it for months, helping them avoid danger repeatedly. Beyond plants, goats are sensitive to environmental hazards, spoiled water, contaminated soil, and even hidden dangers like chemicals in fertilizers. In essence, goats are not just ordinary farm animals. They are natural early warning systems, capable of detecting danger long before it becomes visible, keeping themselves and those around them safe. Number 2. Horse. Horses are not just graceful creatures. They are incredibly intuitive and have a natural sense for detecting danger around them. Their sharp senses, especially smell and sight, allow them to detect harmful substances or environmental threats that humans might miss. For example, horses can sense toxic plants like hemlock or nightshade in pastures. Even a small amount of these poisonous plants can make humans or other animals sick, but horses instinctively avoid them. They're also very sensitive to water quality and will often refuse to drink water that is contaminated or has subtle chemical traces. Horses rely on their herd instincts too. If one horse senses danger or a hazardous plant, it alerts the others through body language, subtle movements, and vocalizations. Their memory is exceptional. They remember areas where hazards exist and avoid them for months. Beyond plants and water, horses can even sense changes in the environment that may indicate danger, like approaching storms, hidden predators, or unusual scents in the air. This natural awareness has made horses invaluable companions for humans for centuries, from farming to travel, because they instinctively know how to avoid threats. Horses are truly nature's early warning system, combining keen senses with social intelligence to detect and avoid danger before it even becomes visible.
Number 3. Deer. Deer are not just graceful and swift, they are incredible hazard detectors in the wild. Their senses, especially smell, hearing, and vision, are finely tuned to detect danger long before it reaches them. For example, deer can sense toxic plants like poison ivy, hemlock, or certain mushrooms that can be harmful or even deadly. They instinctively know which plants to avoid, and they test new vegetation cautiously, taking small nibbles and then stepping back if they detect anything unusual. Deer also rely heavily on their sense of smell to detect toxins in water or soil. If a stream is contaminated or a patch of ground has hidden dangers, they will instinctively avoid it. Their keen hearing allows them to pick up subtle movements or sounds of predators, and their wide field of vision ensures they rarely get caught off guard. Social behavior plays a big role as well. Deer in herds communicate danger through subtle body movements, alarm calls, and gestures, alerting each other to toxic plants or approaching predators. Their memory is remarkable. Once they encounter a threat, they remember the location for months, avoiding it repeatedly. In short, deer are not just symbols of elegance, they are living, breathing hazard detectors. Their combination of sharp senses, cautious behavior, and herd communication allows them to survive in environments filled with hidden dangers that humans might not even notice.
Number 4. Elephants. Elephants are not only the giants of the animal kingdom, but also natural hazard detectors with astonishing intelligence. Their keen sense of smell, memory, and social awareness allows them to detect toxins, harmful plants, and environmental dangers long before humans notice them. For example, elephants can sense poisonous plants like certain types of acacia, oleander, or toxic mushrooms. They carefully test unfamiliar vegetation, and if they detect even a small amount of toxins, they avoid it completely. This instinct protects not only themselves, but also younger or weaker members of their herd. Elephants are highly social animals. When one elephant senses danger, whether it's a toxic plant, contaminated water, or even a threat from predators, it communicates subtle warnings through body language, low rumbles, and ear movements. These signals alert the entire herd, allowing them to respond and avoid potential harm. Beyond plants, elephants can detect harmful substances in water sources. Their sensitive trunks help them pick up faint chemical changes or pollutants in rivers and ponds. They also have incredible memories, remembering locations of hazardous plants, unsafe water, or dangerous areas for years, ensuring the herd's safety over time. In essence, elephants are living examples of how intelligence, instinct, and social cooperation combine to detect and avoid danger. Their natural abilities make them one of the most aware and protective species on the planet.
Number 5. Parrots. Parrots are not just colorful and talkative, they are nature's little detectives when it comes to detecting danger. With their sharp eyesight, taste, and intelligence, parrots can identify toxic foods and environmental hazards that could harm them. For example, parrots can detect poisonous seeds, fruits, or nuts. They take tiny bites first, test the taste, and if anything seems harmful, they avoid it completely. This careful sampling instinct helps them survive in the wild, where many plants contain toxins invisible to humans. Parrots are also highly social and intelligent. If one parrot finds a toxic food or unsafe water, it can warn the others through squawks, gestures, or body movements. They have excellent memories, remembering dangerous sources for years and teaching younger parrots to avoid them. Additionally, parrots can sense changes in their environment. They notice subtle odors, chemical traces, or even unusual items in their surroundings that might indicate hidden dangers. This ability makes them highly alert creatures, capable of staying safe even in challenging habitats. In short, parrots combine intelligence, instinct, and social learning to detect and avoid toxins. Their skills make them remarkable survivors and guardians of their own health, showing how even small animals can be extremely aware of their surroundings. Number 6. Peccaries. Peccaries, also known as wild pigs, are surprisingly skilled at detecting danger in their environment. These medium-sized mammals have an acute sense of smell, hearing, and instinctive caution, making them excellent natural hazard detectors. For example, peccaries can detect toxic plants like certain nightshades or wild berries that contain harmful chemicals. They carefully sniff, taste in tiny amounts, and will avoid anything even slightly dangerous. This instinct ensures they stay safe while foraging in forests and grasslands. Peccaries are highly social animals, living in tight-knit groups. When one member senses a hazardous plant, contaminated water, or even a predator nearby,
It communicates subtle signals, vocal grunts, body movements, and alert postures to warn the rest of the group. This social intelligence ensures the entire herd avoids danger efficiently. Beyond plants, peccaries can detect harmful substances in water sources or soil. Their sensitive snouts pick up chemical changes, helping them steer clear of toxins before ingesting them. Their memory is also impressive. They remember dangerous areas or plants for months, consistently avoiding them. In short, peccaries combine sharp senses, instinct, and social awareness to stay safe in environments full of hidden dangers. These remarkable animals demonstrate that even small creatures can have sophisticated natural hazard detection skills.
Number 7. Cows. Cows are more than just farm animals. They're surprisingly perceptive and can detect potential dangers in their environment, including toxic plants, contaminated water, and even subtle changes in their surroundings. For example, cows can sense poisonous plants like nightshade, buttercup, or hemlock. When grazing, they carefully sample new vegetation in tiny amounts and instinctively avoid anything harmful. This natural ability helps them survive in fields where some plants are toxic to livestock and humans alike. Cows also have a keen sense of smell, which allows them to detect harmful substances in water or soil. If a water source is contaminated or has unusual chemical traces, cows will often refuse to drink from it. Their acute hearing also helps them detect predators or disturbances from a distance, giving them time to react. Social behavior is a key factor. Cows in herds communicate potential threats through body language, subtle gestures, and vocalizations. When one cow senses danger, the rest of the herd responds immediately, enhancing the safety of the entire group. In essence, cows are not just passive grazers. Their combination of sharp senses, cautious behavior, and social intelligence makes them natural hazard detectors, ensuring their survival and that of the herd in potentially dangerous environments.
Number 8. Camels. Camels are not just desert survivors, they are incredibly intuitive when it comes to detecting hazards in harsh environments. Their senses of smell, sight, and instinctive caution allow them to identify toxic plants, unsafe water, and other hidden dangers. For example, camels can detect poisonous desert plants, such as certain thorny shrubs or toxic cacti. They often test unfamiliar vegetation in small bites and will completely avoid anything that might be harmful. This ability ensures they survive in extreme habitats where other animals might fall victim to toxins. Camels are also extremely sensitive to water quality. They can sense contamination, such as pollutants, chemicals, or harmful microbes in water sources, and will refuse to drink unsafe water. Their acute vision and long-range awareness allow them to spot potential threats, from predators to unstable terrain from far away. Social behavior plays a significant role as well. In groups, camels communicate danger through vocalizations, body movements, and subtle postures, warning the herd to stay away from potential hazards. Their long-term memory helps them remember dangerous areas or toxic plants for years, ensuring the herd's continued safety. In short, camels combine intelligence, instinct, and social awareness to detect and avoid hidden dangers. They are nature's desert detectives, showing that survival depends not just on strength, but on keen perception and careful decision-making.
If you enjoyed discovering how these incredible animals detect hidden dangers and poisons and want to see more shocking and fascinating animal videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an amazing adventure in the animal kingdom.